Hello everyone, and welcome to my week 10 power ranking videos for UBA season 2. I'm going to be talking a bit quieter for this one because it's like 2:40 a.m. and I don't want to wake anyone in my house up. So yeah, sorry about that. This is going to be a quick one though, like last time, because it's really now getting down to the time where really most of the games don't matter, so I won't be covering them as much, but let's get right into it. Kudo didn't even play any of his games. He's a few games behind, so I don't even care. Pokemon Adam played Tepig. He got smacked pretty hard, to be honest. But that was to be expected. It was a guaranteed win, so I don't really care. Flare 13 didn't play his game, and I don't care. Jeff played Reggie this week. I don't think Jeff played this game too badly, actually. It's certainly much better than last game in terms of prep and play, both. I think the problem was that Jeff just had a horrible matchup against Reggie, and it really wasn't too much you could do about it. Strangely enough, though, it wasn't Jeff's terrible matchup against Reggie's flying types that ended up being his demise, but more the Porygon 2 kind of just destroying him. Jeff was massively under prepped to deal with that thing, and it got a Toxic off on the Tyranitar and put it on a timer. And Tyranitar was only able to do so much. And was probably really his only chance of breaking the Porygon 2. So, yeah, quite unfortunate for him. So just didn't really prep for the Porygon 2. Had a bad matchup in the first place, but definitely an improved showing than last time, but not good enough. He's moving down one spot just because Jolty was a bit more impressive, but he's pretty interchangeable with Jolty at this point. And so moving on, I guess, we have Jolty, who played PETA. Jolty prepped pretty nicely for this game, actually. I wouldn't say pretty nicely, but he had some interesting prep that I really liked. He did get quite unfortunate with getting frozen with his Mudsdale, so that the Goodra did a lot more work than it should have. He was massively under prepped for Goodra in the first place, but it's still he had a chance to beat it, and that didn't happen. He got his Cresselia crit, but to be fair to PETA, if you're going to sit in front of a Mon clicking an attack over and over and over again for as long as Jolty did, you're going to get crit eventually, so I wouldn't really put that crit down to luck so much as Jolty just probably being a bit more greedy than he should have. So I really would have liked to see Jolty pull the trigger earlier on his setup Cresselia, because he ended up getting a whole lot of setup and then actually got zero value for it because he tried to boost too high and then got crit. So I would have liked to see him have pulled the trigger earlier, so he at least got something out of the Cresselia, because he was risking not getting anything from it. And it was going to put in a lot of work. I think Jolty definitely could have won this game without the unfortunate hacks that went against him. Didn't happen, and like, I'm not saying he certainly would have won the game, but it definitely would have been really down to the wire, and I think Jolty definitely had a good shot of winning it. Also, for Jolty, he brought a Houndoom, and PETA didn't bring a single Dark Resist. I really would have liked to see Jolty spamming Dark Pulses to get some really good damage off instead of like setting up Sunny Day, which I really just didn't think got him anywhere. Especially if he decided to bring some sort of coverage to hit Goodra really hard. He could have really put a dent into PETA's team, and possibly even won with his Houndoom. So yeah, I think I like Jolty's prep and play this week. I think he definitely had a good shot at this game if he didn't get the hacks towards him, but that's what happened, and it's unfortunate for him that knocks him out of playoff contention. Next up, I have Hazy Basilisk, who got beat by me this week quite badly. Yeah, he tried to use setup spam, it seemed, and it just didn't work out for him. He just didn't bring the breaking power to take out my Celesteela, and it kind of just sat there and killed everything that tried to set up in front of it. Definitely not his greatest performance, so he's moving down 3 spots. So yeah, just not a great performance in general from him. He has D-Win next week, and so that's a must-win game for him. So yeah. Yeah, that's about it. I guess moving on, D-Win got destroyed by Classy L this week. D-Win just did not bring any way to deal with Jirachi. You underprepped for Jirachi massively if you switch a Kyron Black into it. And D-Win just did just that. He switched his Kyron Black into a Jirachi, took an Iron Head and did 60, got flinched. D-Win just massively underprepped for Jirachi. He brought Celebi, which was entirely walled by it, so Celebi was just giving Jirachi free switch-ins all day. What was this other guy? I don't remember. But D-Win just really was just massively underprepped for the Celebi, or for the Jirachi, and had no way of dealing with it. And Jirachi really just stuck it to him, and Celebi not only let Jirachi in, but gave it the freest U-turns of all time, and just gave Classy all the momentum in the world. So yeah, D-Win really just needed to get more aggressive and predict the switches to Jirachi, because there was no risk for Classy to go to it, and he just continuously did it, and D-Win just didn't make the aggressive read to stop it, and every time it came in, he was just getting free U-turns, getting tons of momentum, doing massive damage, and at the end, D-Win was really just flattened. Yeah, he just couldn't break the core of my low-tick and Jirachi, so needed to bring a bit more offense, need to make some better reads, and bring sets of mines that aren't so easily walled and stopped by others. But he did all of those things, and it really allowed Classiel to just take advantage of him and destroy him and beat him in a quite convincing 6-0 victory. So yeah, that's it for D-Win. He's also in the exact same boat of Hazy Basilisk, where he absolutely must win this next week. Not must win, but he really wants to win it. And he's playing Hazy, so we'll see. So next up I have Classiel, who came out and made a statement smashing D-Win. He played this game really well. Classiel has a serious habit of really choking away games that he should be winning. But this game against D-Win, he really played it solid all the way through. I didn't really see any massive misplays. I think if you bring Banded Crook in, you need to use it to trap the Blade. He really seemed reluctant to bring Crook in onto Blade for some reason, and threw out Bulu against it for some reason, which I didn't really agree with. I think that was really the only thing I didn't like, was refusing to use the Crook to trap or deal with the Blade. I'm not entirely sure why he did that, but he did. But yeah, other than that, very well played game, and got a very convincing 6-0 victory. He was able to, he didn't really even need to make any bold predictions. He just kept the momentum on his side and used Jirachi's massive matchup advantage due to D-Win poor prep against it to just really destroy him. And there wasn't much D-Win could do, and even of the things D-Win could do to avoid getting smashed, he didn't do a lot of it. So yeah, Classiel just really ran away with this one, and made a statement. So he is in the absolute must-win scenario against Tepic this week, and we'll see what happens. So yeah, next up I have Tepic, who played Pokemon Master Adam, and smashed him pretty hard. Yeah, not too much to say. He made some solid reads on what Pokemon Master Adam was going to do against his Lopunny. He won pretty much every one of the 50-50s. Pokemon Master Adam just wasn't man enough to pull the trigger on any given one of them, and allowed Lop to just keep taking lives. Yeah, it was an automatic win anyways, and Pokemon Master Adam hasn't been super impressive in the few games he has played, so not a super important win for Tepig, but he is at this point guaranteed playoffs. So I guess it's that. So yeah, I guess that's just about it for Tepig. Next up we have PETA, who beat Jolty. He played fine during that game. He abused a good matchup he had. I'm really surprised he didn't bring the Halucha, because the Halucha had a very good matchup against Jolty. But he didn't. And yeah, he got some serious luck going his way, but I don't think he necessarily needed the luck to win. It definitely helped. But I think this was going to be a very close game without the luck. I really would have liked to see how it did end had PETA not had that crest not been crit and was able to take out the Vikavolt and maybe even another life thereafter. Had the Mudsteel taken out the Goodra and not get frozen. I think this is going to be an interesting game. Would have liked to see how it went. But PETA still has been playing very, very solid, very consistent, and he's clearly defined himself as the second place or third place spot, second place on my list. In terms of in terms of record, being the only 7-3 team, besides Reggie, who's 8-2. So yeah, moving up 2 spots just because everyone else kind of lost or didn't get very impressive wins, but PETA definitely did, and moving him up for it. So lastly, we have Reggie, who beat Jeff. I went over it before. Reggie played fine. Actually, one of his better played games up to this point. Yeah, Reggie just had good prep, good play. Really abused Porygon 2 to the fullest. And Jeff had a hard matchup, to be fair, to begin with. But, like, Reggie just played his matchup and won the game and did what he had to do. So yeah, really not much to say there. And that'll be my rankings for week 10. I don't think there's a point of doing a final week 1. I might do it if people want me to. I don't know. You guys tell me if you want a week 11 power rankings. If not, then I'll see you next week. Or if not, then I won't see you next week. Oh, this is getting dumb. I'll just end it.